Hello YouTube, how's it going? I have this problem for you today. It's the integral of x cubed plus 6x minus 2 over x to the fourth plus 6x squared. So let's try to factor the denominator first. So if we factor out an x squared, that means we're going to have x squared times x squared plus 6. Okay, so when we do partial fraction decomposition, we write it as a over x squared, and then you have plus b. And whenever you have something to a power, that power keeps decreasing by 1 until you get to until you get to the first power. So you have a over x squared, then you have b over x decreased by 1 to get to the first power, and then that's it, or everything else if there's other things to add. Here we have x squared plus 6, so that would be c over x squared plus 6 is equal to x cubed plus 6x minus 2. Okay. Now what I want to try to do right now is I want to try to find the coefficients a, b, and c. So I first do that by multiplying by ignore that. Let me get rid of this right here when I put the right side. So instead I can write, instead I'm going to put this multiplied by the greatest common denominator. All right, so I'm going to multiply by a x cubed and then x squared plus 6. Wait one moment. This should actually be x squared times x squared plus 6. So then that means when we carry that out, we're going to have a times x squared plus 6 plus b x squared plus 6, and then c, multiply that by x squared, and that's equal to x cubed plus 6x minus 2. So to solve this, I think what I'll do first is use substitution, and then plug in x equals 0. So when I do x equals 0, this b will go to 0. This c times 0 squared, I'll just put a 0. But right here, where I have the 6, 0 squared plus 6 would be 6a. And then equal to, I put in x equals 0, so it'll just be negative 2. So that tells me a is equal to negative 1/3. Alright. Now, to find the rest, I'm going to equate. I'm not going to equate coefficients just yet. I'm going to substitute. I see another variable substitution you can use. You can use x is equal to, no, actually, that wouldn't work out. You want to use elimination right here. Or equate coefficients, I mean. The way equate coefficients works is whatever the coefficient for a power of x is in the numerator, that's equal to whatever you got from factoring that out. I know that sounded confusing, so I'll show you what that looks like right now. Let me take this, shrink it down so I have a little more room. It's too much right there. Let's slide over. Okay. Alright, equate coefficients. So if I factor out all the x squareds, I'm going to have a plus x squared. Looks like I'll just have a plus c, x squared a plus c. And then for x to the first, for x to the first power, it looks like I'll just have 6b. And then that'll be it. And then for x to the 0, okay, x to the 0th power, we're going to have 6a. And looks like that's all you're going to have for that. And that's equal to x cubed plus 6x minus 2. So I don't have I should have also added an x cubed term, and that would have been equal to just b. So that means x cubed, the coefficient for that is 1, and for x cubed I have b, so I know b is equal to 1. So I can write that up here, b is equal to 1. I'll also take this a I wrote down here and slide it over so it's right next to it. Last thing we need to find is c. We don't have an x squared term when we equate the coefficients, so we know that's 0. So we know a plus c is 0. And then, so if I plug that in, I have negative 1 over 3. Negative 1 over 3 is equal to, wait, a was negative 1 over 3, so now you have, subtract c, that'll just be positive 1/3. 1 over 3 is equal to c. A plus c x squared. No, x squared turns out 0, and then a is negative 1/3. So add that over. So c is 1/3. Okay. Alright, we found all the coefficients. Now we're ready to plug them in. I'm going to clear up more space. Alright. Now we have the integral, and then a, we have negative 1 over 3. And then x squared in the denominator is the same as x or negative 2 dx, plus b, which was just 1, that would just be integral 1 over x dx. And then we have integral of c, which was 1 over 3. And then we have 1 over x squared plus 6. I'm going to read that as root 6 squared because it's a tan inverse integration formula. Okay, so that means for our answer we're going to have this one you just use power rule, so it's going to be positive 1 over 1/3 times, that'll be 1 over 3x, and then integral of 1 over x is ln x. And then this one right here, this is a good one to become familiar with. You'll see this in the future more. Whenever you have the integral of 1 over x squared plus a squared, a is some constant, dx, the answer is 1 over a tangent inverse x over a. So that's so for example, for our case, we're going to have the 1 over 3 that we already have in front, the constant of integration. But then if I do 1 over a, that's 1 over root 6. I'm going to have 1 over 3 root 6. Tangent, inverse, and x is just x, and then this is just root 6. Plus c. Alright. Have a good day, everyone.